Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Matchday Ticket Live. I'm your host, the Governor. Thank you for joining me. Joe is in Subway Stowmarket. Joe, while you are there, mine is a foot-long, probably a mighty meaty. Drop it round on the way past, Joe. That's a legend. Thanks ever so much. Crunch's in the room. Ashley's in the room. Welcome in. David, welcome in. Ben, welcome in. Welcome you all in. That is, of course, the cobbled stand on our intro. It is the stand for the elite. Obviously, I am elite. That is where I sit. It is the stand that everyone should sit. It's best for you in the house, and how I miss it, I truly, truly do. But we've got another Matchday Ticket live for you this afternoon. It is, of course, Plymouth at home. A game that many fans are calling must win, I've seen this morning on social media. Winning its playoffs, defeat, and it probably isn't. I think it maybe is a little bit too early to call that. Potentially or not, I don't know. We have got a Plymouth fan, a spy in the camp, joining us a bit later on to give the lowdown on Plymouth. First of all, let's bring in our contributors. And before I do, a huge thank you to Matt Stannard for one of the iFollow codes we have got to give away. The other one comes courtesy of myself. 2 iFollow codes to win today. Do you want to see Paul Cook's first home win? I'm sure you do. So stick around for those 2 codes. A thank you to all of the people who contribute to this platform on a one-off basis. They're the names there. Thank you ever so much. It does need updating. There are a few names to go on there. I do apologize. I've been rather busy creating content, so please do forgive me. And then, of course, we have our monthly supporters. We thank you all so much for supporting this platform on a monthly contribution. I don't think it can really be understated just how important that is to make all of this go and all of this work. So, who's with me this afternoon? Well, first of all, we have our stand-in, our pre-game substitute. Here's the lone striker. Run those channels, Ben. Hold the ball up for us. Benny boy. How you doing?
Good to see you, man. Drafted in at the last minute, but happy to celebrate, hopefully, 3 points with some friends.
Hey, the Guv uses his whole squad here. I've learned that from the other Lambert. Use the whole squad. Rotation's not a bad thing, but you've got to get the right people at the right time.
Agreed.
Milk Tray, talk to me about where you'd play on the football field. Because I said up front on your own, but would you be a striker or would you be somewhere else?
I'm absolutely useless at football. I'm not a very good runner either. I can't really even jog very well. So my best position would probably be something like Bluey, maybe something like that. I'm a good handshaker. I'm good at taking pictures.
Fair enough. Arthur, the link is in your Twitter DMs, my man. It has just been sent, or it should be about to be sent. My personal assistant is on that job this afternoon. I'll do it in a minute, really. That's what it means. I haven't got a PA. I'm not that big. Tony Brunt, when he's fit, Nora's currently our best striker. He has proved this. Yes, but the issue is he can't stay fit. There's a lot of chat. There's a lot of chat in the chat box there, Ben, about Norwood getting gone in the summer. Sick note. I'm kind of on that side.
Yeah, I know. And I think when all is said and done, the biggest criticism I can say of our year would be our injuries. And I think we've talked about tactics and managers and every other thing. But I think when it comes down to it, our injury list is the single defining thing that will make or break a season. I would even go so far as to say that if Lambert was still here and the trade-off was every single one of our players are 100% fit, I think that would actually be a good thing. But those injuries, man, they're gonna kill us.
They really are. Jonah, 565. Glad Excuse is back. No, get that gone. Sorry, Jonah, I'm not having that. I'll get into Cole in a minute. But I know there are loads that want him gone, but in all the time he's been out, not one player has proved they can do the same role breaking up play. Fair enough. Robert from Down Under, welcome in. Daniel Barnard, excuse. Daniel, you're now officially banned from our competition for that comment, my friend. So please don't enter. Coming up, 2 iFollow codes. Here is your question. First person with the correct answer, or first 2 people technically, wins. You must be subscribed to this YouTube channel and you must DM the Cruncher. Yeah.
Right, you lovely lot. To win the free iFollow code, answer the following question. Who was in goal for Plymouth Argyle when Town beat them in the FA Cup at Portman Road in January 1993. Town won 3-0. Who was the Plymouth Argyle goalkeeper? And no Googling.
It wasn't me and it wasn't Ben. There's your 2 hints. Alex Wilson, Milk Train Man has a better beard than me. Shape. Alex, you can't be shaving a beard of that. You had a magnificent...
Weak.
Alex, you've let the side down. Talking of people who may be follically challenged, shall we say? Coxy, second appearance of the month. How you doing, my man?
Fine, thank you, Mr. Governor. Yeah.
Good
Hi,
man.
Ben. How you doing?
Very good man yourself.
Yeah, good.
Good stuff.
You are now officially 1 appearance away from an intro. That you're nearly there. You know,
I'm nearly there. Yeah. Serving my apprenticeship still.
Absolutely. I mean, during the week, Roy Keane said anybody who can clap a ball can earn an international cap. Well, it's harder getting a Talking Town intro than it is to get an international cap these days. So you're nearly there. You're nearly there. We've got we've got some answers coming in. We've got some answers. First up, it is Peter Shilton. We've got some answers. Chris Lynch, DM, Cruncher, Chris Shilton, Chris Lynch, sorry. He's right, Chris Shilton. And Kean Leathers. You have both won iFollow codes. Lewis King was very close. Literally same minute. Ian Davis was a minute after. Robert Burnett is like the rest of us, Ben. No idea.
Literally no idea.
But yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, you two. Well done. So, team news. Let's move it on to our team news. Here it is. It's Holy in goal. Chambers, Ntiala, Wilson and Kenlock. Edwards, Downs, Dazelle, Judge, Parrott and Caden Jackson makes the return. Where shall we start today's conversation then, guys? Up front? Caden Jackson coming in for James Norwood, who's injured. Drinnan makes the bench. God help us. How good is it to see Caden Jackson start today, Ben?
I'm pleased. I was thinking about this earlier. I think today is one of Caden Jackson's most important of his entire career. He was obviously put out by Lambert, and Cook came in and said everyone has a fresh slate. So it's up to Cook will have in his brain. I think there's obviously been some issues there, maybe something to watch. But today I'm going to put you in because circumstances dictate it, and it's up to Caden to have a really good game today. He needs to. He's got his start. He's back in the team. I think we're going to go through monumental changes in the summer. So if he wants to be part of whatever this is, and hopefully it's going to get better and better, that's got to start right now.
Yeah. No, I think it has, doesn't it, Cox? He's got to grasp this opportunity because you would think he has tonight and Tuesday night really to put himself back in the conversation of starting.
Yeah, I think everybody expects them to definitely be back in Tuesday with Mr. Norwood's appearance on Crown Court there. He's got his opportunity early. Can he play the lone role up front? Obviously, he's got Parrott just behind him doing the work. We're liking what we're seeing, where they sort of work off the ball. We just want to see him as quote Martin Lambert, strikers need to score goals. Let's score them.
They do. But I've got a lot of confidence in Caden. He is probably
more pace.
Yeah, I love pace, and I think Stuart Slater said on the watch along during the week last week. Stuart Slater said you can't teach pace. Pace is one of those things that you need in a side, and he brings that. He scares defenders, particularly at this level of football. He's not what I'd call, the best finisher in the world, but he's a third tier player. Like you're not going to get Maradona. You're just not, because if you do, they're normally out of the club before you can blink, because clubs higher at the pyramid see it, expect it, want it, and buy it. But his availability is pretty good if you look at his injury record, Ben. And as I always say, your best ability is availability.
I agree. Well, it's either that or Drinnan. So I know who I'd rather have. but he's also playing up front with Parrott. Now, this is a criticism we put at Norwood. Norwood, for all of his talent, is not a lone striker. When he's isolated up front, my God, is it obvious? And I would say the same for Jackson. When he's isolated, my God, it's obvious. But it'll be really interesting to see what pace is with a good partner. And I say every single time I come on, I love players that complement other players. And I think Parrott complements whoever's in front of him. So we've seen Jackson alone. It's not very good. Let's see Jackson with a partner. Let's see what happens. I'm actually really intrigued today. I think it could be a really astute move to bring him in.
I do think, Coxy, that if you're going to get the best out of a lone role for Jackson, it is with someone like Troy Parrott behind him who will work hard, will do, the nitty gritty and really just allow Caden to go and play off the last shoulder.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to, pour scorn on him already before he starts, but I don't think he can do that lone role. He does need somebody else there with it. Well, it's probably going to just behind. And, as Cruncher was arguing with the Fisherman on Twitter yesterday that I'm afraid Mr. Cook does play the one up front. He's not going to play two up front as much as we would like to see it. But this is the future. This is our Ipswich Town for at least the next 2 years under Mr. Cook. But obviously he can't do nothing. He's going to need to bring in players who he knows can do that. But come on, Caden. Stick the balls.
Agreed.
That's
same with Troy Parrott. Mark Dowling. Parrott had to score today. At some point, I want a goal from Parrott as well. It's okay doing all the hard work and everything, but you need a goal or at least a threat of a goal coming. And I do agree with you, Coxy. They've both got to work hard and provide the opportunities. Looking in midfield, Andre Boggins, as he was called during the week, starts again.
Yeah, poor Andre.
What has he got to do? Because he's running out of time, isn't he? Because he's fast becoming, Ben, the potential that would never be reached.
Yeah, he's when he's good, he's just the best. Sorry, dry throat today. When he's good, he's really, really good. The other 70% of the time, he's less than average. And he's almost like one of those, he's like an impact player that happens to play all the time. You get 2 or 3 moments of absolute, just sheer brilliance. And the other 80 minutes, it's powder puff. It's a coin flip whether he has a good game today or not. I don't know. He can turn up and boss the midfield like he did a couple of games ago, or he can be completely anonymous. The trouble with Dizelle is you just don't know. If that boy was consistent, he wouldn't even be anywhere near this league. I wish he was.
You talk about Mike Brown during the week there, Coxie, about 2 men up front. Modern football these days is about a one up front system. You look at all the top teams. You go. Football goes in sort of blocks of certain styles of play. For a long time, it was that Spanish style. Now we're looking at that one up front, but that makes the role in midfield even more vital because you've got to do everything. Like Cole Skewes, we'll get onto him in a second, but you can't be one-dimensional anymore with a one man up front. You've got to be work rate, tackling, but more importantly, the ability to spot the run of your lone striker because he'll make channel runs, Coxie, but can you find him?
Yeah, as Ben said, when he's on it, Dizelle can find them passes. It's just there is going to be the runs, as you said in the channel. But and then looking at that you could argue and say Judge on the left probably perhaps needs to be a bit more central, but there is a bit more balance. Looking at the style of the players and what players we've got in there is a bit more balance in there. Downs is the spoiler, the ball winner. Dizelle plays the forward role a bit better. Yeah, Edwards, if he's on his game, can actually really do well on the flanks there. Yeah, so perhaps the only weak link there is Judge, but he's been one of our best players recently.
Yeah, but you see, for me, Ben, this system always falls down on Andre because Parrott is, like Neil Wemston says here, he's more of a Heskey Mole striker. He's there to occupy and distract, allow Jackson space. Judge and Edwards are there to sort of pull the width, hold the width, spread the play. So it's down to either Downs or Dizelle to make us hit.
It's damned if you do and damned if you don't, because what if you take out Dizelle and replace him with Skewes? Then, of course, the argument would be him and Downs are too similar and there's nothing there. There isn't that forward pass. If you're going to play a system where Dizelle and Downs are going to be in the middle and you have Downs that is actually the man who's going to break up play a bit, then you need your flying wing backs. You need your bombing down the wings, and we don't tend to do that. Edwards does, depending on what mood he's in. So it depends on where you put the focus. Do you have your flying wing backs? Is that the game you want to play? Or do you play it down the middle? Now, if we're using the wing backs and we're using the wings, fine, put Dizelle in there because he can ping from one side to the other. But if we're going to play centrally, you need muscle as well as guile. It just depends how we set up to play. If the onus is taken off Dizelle and we're not going through midfield, then I would say he's actually very good. I would say great because we're using the wings. But since we tend to play down the middle, or at least go down the middle and then go out, I think Dizelle, I still think he's an impact player. I just wish he was consistent. That boy could go to the.
Has he got an assist this year? Has he even got one assist this year?
He's got one, I think.
Wow.
I think he got one. It was against. I can't remember. Well, I watched it on YouTube the other day, actually. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Mike Brown even said it, or someone, or Michael Finch or someone said he's got 29 games and 1 assist and no goals, and needs more.
Absolutely.
But as you said, Ben, if he was consistency, he wouldn't be playing for Ipswich Town.
No, he wouldn't even be. He wouldn't even be in the Championship.
He'd be a Premier League player.
Yeah.
No, but in the summer, I'm not worried about losing him. Like I'm not sitting here thinking, in the summer there's going to be Premier League teams sniffing around him, and we might lose. Like nobody.
He will go. He will go to a Premier League team, and he will probably do quite well. Because the trouble is, when you've got that talent and those around you haven't, you've got to pull everyone else in as well. You've got to be so good that you actually make everyone else good. He's just very good, I think, and he's. I don't know. It's a mismatch. It's a real mismatch of person. I don't know. He's a real misnomer, is Dizelle. He's a real. I think he trades off of his name a little bit. I think if he was called Smith, I don't think he'd be anywhere near the team. Yeah, I just. His dad was a legend. We all want him to be the same. Young, quick player. Yeah. That's what his dad was. Okay. And I think people still see his dad when we see him, and you get glimpses of his dad, but they're glimpses. I think if he was called Matheson, he wouldn't even be in the squad, perhaps. So I don't know. He's so good, but he's useless as well, and it's a real weird combination.
Fair point. Right, we've got Arthur from the Plymouth camp joining us very shortly. We'll move on to the back line first of all. Cruncher, get subscribing, everybody. If we look to hit 2,000 by the end of March, we're very close. The Guv, me, has goodies to give away, and the Cruncher will buy someone a brand new Town shirt. Wow. Love it, Crunch. Love it. Matt Stollery, Dizelle is consistently inconsistent. Correct. BB, Jason D was never quick. Leando, Dizelle keeps the ball moving by sitting deep. If he played further forward, he was a bit more goals.
I think we'll go with the comment by Stephen Parry, or is it the others who are bringing him down to their level? And that's a good counterpoint, actually. That's a good counterpoint. So what would he do in, say, the 1999 promotion team when everything's just in sync? Would he just be another little lovely sort of, round peg in a round hole? Yes, it's a real good point. That's a good point, Stephen, actually.
Harrison, you didn't miss the Cole's Hughes chat. I'm just deciding to leave that bee's nest alone for the time being. It's a long afternoon. It's a long afternoon, believe me.
He might be the saviour, Guv. He might be the saviour. Yeah, all right.
No, Cox.
30-yard screamer.
No.
89th minute sub, 30-yard screamer.
Hey, Tweedy, legend. Yeah. Got a Twitch subscription now as well. Tweedy, we love you, man. Thank you ever so much. Right, back four. They're okay. Goalkeeper. What does he keep doing to keep his bloody place in the team?
Well, he doesn't dive, he doesn't save, he doesn't
he doesn't do anything a goalie normally does.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my point.
Somebody tell me why we brought Dyer Cornell to the football club if both managers are going to persist with Holy.
It's interesting to say both managers, isn't it? Because it's not just Paul Lambert. You couldn't just say that was him. Holy his season has fallen apart. I mean, you look at that goal the other day. That was a very good goal, but he didn't even move, and it wasn't that far away from him. At least move your feet if you're not going to move your hands or your head. He doesn't. He's 9'7", but he doesn't catch anything that comes in from the wings. He will punch every single ball out, and that puts a lot of pressure on defenders. And you can't punch it out to someone like Toto, whom I like, who has always got the atomic bomb within him.
He's been ace. He really has. Mike D. Connor must be rotten in training if the tree keeps his place. Liam Wing is the best out of the two at the football club. The thing is, though, Liam, if that's true, and I don't disbelieve you for a second, that really pisses me off in our recruitment. That you brought a second goalie in under a salary cap at the time, and he's still not better than what you had.
Yeah.
That really upsets me. Harrison Smith, I just think Connor's no better. We need a new one. Right, let's bring in Arthur, the Plymouth Argyle spy in the camp. Arthur, welcome in, my man. How you doing?
Arthur.
Hello, mate. Hello, boys. All right?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, afternoon. Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad. What can we expect from your lot this afternoon?
Well, we've changed our formation. We've gone to one up top, which looks like we've gone to four at the back, shored up the midfield where we been losing and had a lot of space lately. So looks like probably you'll have Danny Mayer playing off Ennis, 4 at the back, and then a couple of centre defensive midfielding.
Who's the threat from you guys?
Danny Mayer, give him the ball. He is ridiculous. He sends defenders the hot dogs all the time.
What's it? What is the Plymouth Argyle fans feeling about Jeffcott? Because I can imagine if we had a player like Jeffcott with his goal scoring record and we left him out of the side, this would be a meltdown half hour. And rightly so.
Thinking 2 years ago, he was playing for Truro City in the non-league North South for Truro City, and we brought him back last January. And he's hit the ground running. Maybe he just needs a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, well, I still have a player like that. Alex Turkish Man's the one Ipswich tried to sign. Cruncher says, "Is it cold down there, Arthur?"
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, I've just been out for daily exercise, so literally just got in the house.
Good.
With 5 children around as well.
5?
It sounds like the Plymouth Argyle supporters club.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was the Junior Pilgrims in the background.
Oh, wow.
You're pushing. We've got a guy called Mike Brown. He's got 7. You're trying to rival him, I think.
It's a kid off.
Childcare bubble. Childcare bubble. They're not all mine.
Fair enough. Okay. Score predictions then, Arthur, before we let you go, because it sounds like you're got your hands full juggling lots of kids. What do you think for this afternoon's game?
I would take a 2-1 win.
So you take
win.
one, but would you think it's going to be a 2-1 win?
Yeah, I think Niall Ennis up front, lots of pace, not he's played League One football, so he knows the conditions. Danny Mayer, we've showed up hoping to shore up the midfield. So yeah, 2-1 win.
Perfect. You boys having a good season so far, Arth?
Well, to be honest, at the start of the season, my thing was anything above relegation, and I'm happy with. So we've not done too bad. Unfortunately, lately our results haven't been brilliant. Losing to Northampton, losing to Wigan, not great. But then at the same time, the week before, we went and beat Lincoln 4-3 with a 91st minute winner. So I'm happy with the season. There will be a lot of negative press because everyone seems to think we deserve to win everything, every game. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Any questions for the Argyle supporters before we let him go and be daddy daycare then?
Yeah, what do you think when we're playing Ipswich? What's the kind of general feeling of the Argyle supporters? How do you see us? Are we a threat? Are we too big for our boots? Are we beatable? What's your thoughts?
You're a threat. You're a reasonable sized club. You've been there or thereabouts, Championship, Premiership for years. You've also had a couple of very good players off us in the past. You've had David Norris, legend. Yeah.
Great player.
And you had
great player.
A young England striker called Paul Mariner.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, little footnote in our club. Yeah.
Back in the day,
yeah. Yeah. So you've had a couple of good players off us previously. So I've got no ill feeling towards it. So I think they're a reasonable size side.
Cool. Well, if you've got any more Paul Mariners hanging about, send them along. That'd be great.
Yeah, please.
No, we're keeping Jeffcott and Danny Mayer.
Yeah. Oh, shame. Well, I wish you luck for the rest of the season, man. Starting Tuesday.
Absolutely. Well, yes.
Starting Tuesday for you.
Yeah. Come back to us at full time if we've won. If you've won, don't come back to us after.
If we win, I'm coming back with a vengeance.
Look after yourself, mate. Look after those.
Cheers,
man. 4 minutes to kick off. Hopefully we don't see Arthur again because that means we've won. If we do, it didn't go well. Dennis Edwards. If Mike Brown's got 7 kids, no wonder he goes fishing quite a lot. I saw a great comment while Arthur was speaking about about the fishermen having more kids than our top goal scorers got goals, which is so true.
Another sad but true stat. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we're 7th, to be honest with you, either manager, because quite frankly, the squad are not doing their end of the bargain. So bold prediction times. What do we think from today's game? That's all right, Coxy. Anyone's welcome on the show. Let them all in. It's fine.
No. He's in with Alex Griffin. He can get on his own bloody podcast.
Get off. More than welcome. Ben, what do you think from today?
I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1. And I think the third goal is going to be Skuse, 89th minute sub, 30-yard screamer. He's back. Puts Giselle out the team. That's bold.
And that is very bold. Cole, did you say Cole Skuse?
Yeah.
Cole Skuse scoring no, we've had that for this decade. It's like Hades Comet. It's like Hades Comet.
We're in the next decade now.
You only see it once in a generation.
Yeah, but it always comes back round.
Every 80 years. Every 80 years or 75 years. Coxy, when I say bold, I don't mean ridiculously stupid like Ben. Give me something that's going to be realistically bold.
I'm going for the usual Coxy favourite, 2-1 to the Town.
A 2-1 to the Town.
A 2-1 to the Town, yeah.
Tweedy's gone 4-1 Skuse hat-trick. Neil Emston, I'm going 3-1.
You think I'm bit talking?
There's bloody Hades Comet. That's another level. That is a Skuse hat-trick. Bloody hell.
Cruncher, I'm going to hold you to that. Skuse scores, I get 50 quid. Done. What if he scores 2?
I don't know what to say to some of my viewers. Like I love the fact they support us monthly, but ITFC Tweedy, I mean, seek help. Stop it. As Michael Jordan said. David King, 3-0 Town. Facebook user Parrot Wilson Jackson, 3-0. It's sad when James Wilson's got more of a chance to score than Cole Skuse. It really is. Daniel Barnard, another Skuse 90 minutes. Got 3-1, 2-1, 2 and 4-1. I tell you what, who might score today. Where is he? Oh, where is he? Oh, he's over here. Here he is. Look, the GOAT. I like my strikers to score goals.
Like that.
Yes, I got that through the post with this one. It's the new one. It's the new era.
That's better. How many months before asking you to burn that, hey? I give it 17.
I paid money for that. Lambert, come on.
It's burning. Calm down.
It's burning?
Well, not right now. He's not burning. No. Right now, he's sitting down. He's over here. Here he is. Like Uncle Paul. I'll tell you what, this show would be great for a drinking show. Every time the governor says Lambert, drink. Because I've said it about 5 times already. He got sacked a fortnight ago. Right, we're done. We're back at half time. We will see you then with love, with care. 3 points, pints and points incoming.
Come on, Tom.
It's in the bag. Don't worry, it's in the bag.